Alex the Car Doctor, back with another diag video for you guys. Today I'll be looking at a 99 Isuzu Rodeo with the 3.2 V6. I do believe this is a Honda engine. Write down in the comments, you know, one of you guys may know out there for sure, but I've been telling people this is a Honda engine. Hopefully I haven't been telling them wrong, so kind of educate me on that, if you will, guys. But anywho, today the customer brought their car in for a noise they're hearing when they're in motion. When I ran my initial test on it, when the customer was here, I hit the handbrake and the noise stopped. So I'm assuming it's coming from the rear, and it has the drum brake system. So this will be my first time looking at it. Hope you guys enjoy. I'm about to put the camera on my head. Hopefully I won't have no scars or anything from it this time. All right, let's jump right into it. All right, I already took the liberty of putting it on the lift. What I always like to do, let me stop the lift for a second. What I always like to do is go up a little bit on the lift to catch the vehicle. And if you guys are working with lifts or mechanics that work at shop, this is a good tip that I'm about to share. But I go up, I take the car maybe about a couple of inches off the ground, like so. And then I go to the front of it and I shake it very violently. And the reason of doing that, because if the vehicle is gonna fall, it's not gonna have too far to go and you won't damage anything. So I'm gonna skip this part. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it on up and bring it up to working height, and I will start the video back when I get it up. All right, guys, today I'm gonna be using my favorite tool again, my little 3/8 Milwaukee fuel Stubby impact. I've been using this a lot because it is my favorite. It's my favorite tool right now, and I'm not supported by Milwaukee. I'm not supported, but I can't think of the word right now. But you get what I'm saying. And normally just bust them right off. But this one was loose. Oh, wow. Like I said, this is my first time taking these wheels off. But this is what it was doing. And it may just be this cap, but I'm going to take it off. No, I don't think it's the cap, because when I hit the brake, the noise changed. Despite somebody trying to kill them and not tightening up all their lug nuts. Gotta be careful who you let work on your cars, guys. That one's very loose. It's like they're not even trying. Wow, another loose one. Another loose one. This is getting ridiculous. All right. So I'm thinking whoever they had work on this car, whoever left these wheels off, probably left some off in here. So hope you saw that technique. Sometimes you're able to twist and pull. Everything looks good here. The shoes got plenty of meat on them. Guess it's time to go to the other side. I see some metallic stuff going on. I don't know what that's all about. All right, let me move along. Hopefully I didn't miss nothing right there. And remember, guys, this is my first time taking these wheels off. I know sometimes I'll be cheating a little bit and kind of pre-inspecting stuff or making pre-assumptions. Well, I always make pre-assumptions, so. My pre-assumptions on this one is that one of these brake shoes are not installed correctly. Yeah. Or something is loose. That's what it sounds like. Ooh, I'm making a mess. Oh, wow, where those come from? That was weird. Ooh, what the heck? Okay, you're not gonna come off so easily, huh? Let's try to pry it off first. And guys, I'm not really I'm familiar with the drum brakes, but I don't see them that often. So I wouldn't claim to be an expert or anything. But I know a little thing or two. I think everybody have problems with drum brakes. Another trick is, I can show you over here. Take a quick break from that. All right, so another little trick. As these drums get worn, they will create a lip right here. It'd be a bad lip. And when you go to pull the drum off, the lip actually get hung up on the shoes. And it would be trying to take the shoes and everything with it. What I've done in the past, it's like a little service port right here. And it's like a little tab. Hopefully you can see that. I'm removing it. You can see my little finger. Stick a screwdriver or the proper tool and hit this this adjuster. Try to screw that back down as much as possible so you can get the drum off. Also, dealing with shoes, there is an improper way and a proper way to put them on. And it looks to me, okay, so they're the same. But anyway, you have a primary shoe and a secondary shoe. The primary shoe is always the smaller pad, the shoe material. And the secondary is always it's a lot longer. So I don't see any issue with that. Alrighty, back to the struggle meal. That's what I like to call it. If that makes sense. So I'm just gonna very gently tap it from the back. Yeah, I can go in there and probably readjust it down, but what's the fun in that, I say. And I almost got it too, so. All right, starting to get tired. Pretty sure you guys weren't expecting a workout video today. And here she comes. All right. Man. So, slight little lip. A lot of brake dust. So what happens is the shoe rides up against this real closely and it's created a little crater. So when you come out with the drum, the height of the shoe catches that little lip. Oh, excuse me. Catches that lip, and that's why it's hard to slide off with these. Because I don't want to take my time and use this and make it easier on myself. So shoes actually look pretty good. So my assumption was wrong. I wonder if that noise, I probably should have took you guys on a test drive to hear it. That's what I probably should have did, but I could have sworn that I was gonna go right to it, but I didn't. So now I'm gonna go all the way up with it. In a little while, I'm gonna go grab some brake cleaner and spray it down real good. I'm gonna give it a quick little rinse, sort of like a service, but not. Well, you can say it's a service, because when you go in, you get all the brake dust out, because drum brakes love to collect brake dust, and you clean everything up and put everything back together. So I am going to recommend some drums. All right, got the car all up in the air. I'm just going to quickly inspect the rear. And I did put it in neutral. It looks like man, I don't know why I'm tripping with my names today, but the differential pinion seal. Yeah, I think it's called a pinion seal. But anywho, there's a seal that sits behind it. This in front of this differential, in front of this drive shaft, and it's starting to leak. So I'm gonna definitely recommend a differential pinion seal. If I am calling it the wrong thing, write down in the comments below and, correct me. All right, got the truck all up in the air. I'm just gonna do a quick inspection of the bottom end. Right off the bat, I can see the differential pinion seal is leaking. If I'm not mistaken, that's the correct name for it. So I'm definitely gonna recommend one of those. Yeah, it's starting to slang it all up through there. So it's pretty bad. So differential pinion seal, definitely draining fuel on the fluids. Multiple oil leaks. Ooh. I will, suggest a power wash and come back later. Yeah, all right. All right, guys, to service these brakes, all we have to do is make sure, well, we're gonna clean them up. I'm gonna show you that in a bit, but take a minute and peel back your dust boot on your brake wheel cylinders. They're called wheel cylinders. And they should be nice and dry in the inside, like so. If you're seeing like brake fluid or wetness behind these dust boots, replace your wheel cylinder. Let's go check the other one. Oh, that one's nice and dry. Make sure you put it back properly as well. That one is nice and dry. I'm gonna go grab some brake cleaner, then we're gonna clean this all up, put it back together, and take it on a test drive. All right, got my brake parts cleaner, and when you're using this stuff, make sure you use eye protection. This stuff kind of burns when it gets in your eyes, but basically what we're gonna do, and I like using the straw because it uses less. And if you're concerned about the driveway or anything like that, you know, put a bucket down. Thought that was a crack. All right, on to the next one. Yeah, good people. I think it was just those wheel lug nuts that was put on wrong, causing all that mayhem. So the customer is going to be real happy that all she had to do was service her brakes and not replace anything. So I guess the title of this video will probably going to be how to service your rear drum brakes. All right, kind of went a little crazy doing that, but hey, it's okay. If you want, you can take the brake parts cleaner and spray the drum if you like. I always like to, I don't know, I like playing in this stuff for some odd reason. Even though she may get new drums, but just in case, I'm gonna clean them up. Now, if you guys, I'm gonna kind of wrap this video up here. I was expecting to see some mayhem, but it appears somebody put this stuff together with care. Everything seems to be in place. I say seen because hopefully I'm not blind and missing anything on camera. So everything seems to be in place. All looks well. When you are putting on these, you know what? If you want to see me, if you want to see me doing drum brakes, write down in the comment below, you know, hey, please do drum brakes. You know, I'll be happy to find something and film it for you guys to show you my way of doing drum brakes. But as of right now, I think it was just the wheels, because she did have a lot of loose lug nuts. So hopefully that's it. All right, just got back from a test drive. Everything went well. I did not hear the noise that I heard before. Not all noises means terrible things. And you know, I think if this was any other mechanic, they would have just charged her up and made it a big deal. But me, at my shop, I like to treat people how I like to be treated. That goes a long way with my customers. Any questions about this job, please write down in the comments. Like always, good people, please like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Alex Car Doctor out.